Yo, what's up guys? In today's video we're going to be talking about my top 5 running tips and just how to be a better runner in general. I wanted to make a video about this today because I've been asked this a lot recently from just random people that have just started following my channel. So today I'm going to give my top 5 running tips. Before I start this video, I kind of want to go over my personal running accolades because I don't want to be like a fraud. I've actually run these times, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I've run 800 meters in 1:55, 1500 meters in 3:57, which converts to maybe like a 4:15 or 4:16 mile, and a 10k in like 32 minutes. Alright, so my first tip is going to be watching a lot of YouTube videos. It's a really good way of analyzing and seeing how professional athletes run, and you can learn things from them, and you can watch documentaries, you can learn efficient running form. I think this was the reason why I improved so much from my freshman year of high school to my sophomore year, because I went from like a 2:24 800 meter runner to like a 2:07 800 meter runner. So it really helped, and I'd really recommend watching all the best and most efficient runners out there, all the Olympic champions, from the marathon to like the 800 meters, how they run. So I'm thinking like Rudisha, Bekele, Kipchoge, Mo Farah, all those runners, how they run, analyze how they run and try implement it into your running, so you run pretty much exactly like them. That's what I would recommend. For me, because I'm a taller runner, I try to analyze the taller runners or the lankier runners. So one of my favorite runners is Craig Mottram. He's one of my favorite runners. He's an Australian runner. I really like an Australian runner who's just up and coming, called Matt Ramsden. He's a really tall runner as well. So I like to analyze them because I'm initially taller. So yeah, I think that benefits me, and then I try have similar form to them, so I run more efficiently, I guess. So yeah, that's something I definitely recommend. My second tip is that it's really important to have goals. I feel like you're never going to be the best runner you can be if you don't have a goal or you don't want to achieve something in particular. For example, when I was trying to qualify for the World Cross Country Champs, I had to run a 32-minute 10K, and my PB for the 10K before that was probably about 34 or 35 minutes. And because I had that specific goal, all my training was catered towards running a faster 10K, so I completely set aside running a faster 800, 1500, 5K. I just set my goal towards running a faster 10K, and I then achieved that. So remember to always have a goal and stick to that goal, and you'll inevitably become a better runner. So my third tip is going to be diet and water intake. So obviously having a good diet is really important to becoming a better runner. There are lots of different philosophies for diets and everything like that. Just make sure you're eating the right proteins, carbohydrates, vegetables, everything like that. If you're in a financial position to talk to a nutritionist, that could maybe help you out. But at the end of the day, you guys should probably know what is healthy, what isn't healthy. I don't have a ridiculous diet. I just have a pretty standard diet. And obviously your water intake is really important. This is something I really emphasize as well. I always try to carry a drink bottle with me at all times. I kind of have some personal self-cues on how I can kind of stay hydrated and drink as much water as I can throughout the day. So for example, the night before I go to bed, I'll fill my drink bottle up to the rim, and then I'll get up out of bed and I'll try to scull as much water as I can first thing in the morning. Kind of just wakes my body up, I feel a little bit better. So that's one thing I try to do every morning. So yeah, I definitely recommend that. Try to drink as much water as you can throughout the day. So my fourth tip is gear and equipment. So gear is obviously really important if you want to be a better runner. So now we live in a world where you can invest in technology to become a better runner. An example that I have is a Garmin watch that I use. It's really good for tracking all my runs and kind of analyzing everything that I do while I'm running, like my heart rate, my cadence, my VO2 max. It's really good for analyzing stuff, and it's just a really good way of seeing how you can improve basically. And I know there's obviously stuff like altitude boxes that you can like sleep in. I don't personally have one of those. I know they're really expensive. That's just an example. If you look at any of the elite runners nowadays, you can all see that they have the top of the line gear. Even if you look at the Kenyans and Ethiopians in the developing countries, they still have the best running gear, so they can keep improving and perform at the highest level. Okay, so my final tip for you guys on how to become a better runner is how you think psychologically. Now, I think this is probably the most important tip there is to becoming a better runner. It is just so important. And the reason why I say this is because if you don't believe in yourself, how are you going to achieve what you want to achieve? It's all about your mindset. There are lots of different psychological things you can do to improve your running. For example, if you're doing an interval workout with lots of reps, don't think that you have 9 reps to go. That's not how you should think psychologically. Think to yourself, I'm just going to do this workout 1 rep at a time. When you're about to start a race, the last thought you should have before you start running is a positive thought. If you have a negative thought, you're probably going to have a negative race. Visualize how the race is going to go. Can you vision yourself winning that race? Can you vision yourself passing everyone on the final straight? how are you going to tactically run the race? If you think back to the Olympic 1500 meter final in 2016, do you think Matthew Centrowitz was the most physically gifted athlete in that field? He handled that whole situation perfectly psychologically, and that's why he executed that race so well, and that's how he won the Olympic title. So remember, how you psychologically think about running is what is going to make you a better runner. Okay guys, so that wraps it up for today's video. If you guys want me to keep doing running related videos, just let me know. If you like the video, just remember to leave a like, it really helps the channel grow. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys later.